got a question they want to ask now, a statement they want to make? Floor is open for the public. Mr. Carroll, please, sir. The microphone.
Can you hear me?
First, I'd like to welcome you concerned citizens here tonight to talk about our tax increase and the way our school system is being run today. For you that don't know me, I'm Darrell Lane. I've been a lifetime resident of Emanuel County, and I have lived here all my life. I've been associated with the schools in this county for over 50 years, and at one time I served on the local board at ECI for several years. I always tried to be fair and open-minded in all situations, and be fair to all, rich, poor, black or white. I have a question here that I'd like to ask Dr. Croft and our board members, and after I read this question, I'll give each one of you a copy of it, and I'd like to hear your answers to it. How can you justify taking jobs from some school employees to balance the budget, and then turn around and hire more employees, some in the same positions, and hire some not needed, costing a lot more money than the ones you laid off, and then raise the mill rate for more tax money from the citizens of Emanuel County? I'd like to give each one of you a copy of this, and I'd like for you to answer.
Wally, I think you and I contributed to this question. After board meetings, we submit to the paper board actions. And there were 7 or 8 people listed in some jobs, food service, a few other areas in this last board meeting is being hired. What was left out of that article was that these were substitutes. They are on call. They're not hired as employees. We've hired no one. No one new. But, not blaming the paper, probably may have sent you the wrong information, but there was a list of people listed that were hired, and every one of those were substitutes, either drivers or food service, or substitute teachers that are on call as needed.
In the paper, it only showed one as a substitute.
Yes, sir. You're right. Between me and the paper, it was incorrectly reported. No employees, no except substitutes were hired that you referred to, Mr.
Would any of you board members like to answer that question?
And basically, he has answered the question. We did not hire anyone, Mr. Terrell, on a full-time basis. Those were all substitutes. Since our last having to lay off some employees.
All right. Is anybody else got another question or comment? Anybody else like to make a comment? Please raise your hand.
I'd like to yield the floor to somebody else that would like to ask a question, but I would like to have a chance to come back before the end of the meeting.
Anybody else got a question or a comment that they would like to make at this time? Terry?
Hey, how y'all doing? I think a lot of people in the community's got this going on. Okay.
Pick it up.
Turn around the other way. And my question is this. I think Peach County did it, and there's a lot of counties. Why can't we go to a 4-day school week. Seems like logically, you don't have to run school buses those other days. It's gonna save a lot of fuel. You don't have the air conditioning to heat these buildings, so you're gonna save a lot on utilities. I know it's inconvenient, ain't what we used to, but there's a lot of businesses doing it. And I don't see why the county offices in this county, except for emergency personnel, like the courthouse, city hall, the library, if it's not an essential service, why has it got to be open 5 and 6 days a week? Because it's always been that way all your life. Everybody's making cuts. Now, for example, Durham Bank used to be closed every Wednesday before it had a facility in Emanuel County, in Swain Park. Now, if you bank at Durham Bank, you got used to the fact that they were not open on that day, and you learned to go in your life to do your business to correspond to it. So why come all you government offices, I'm talking about hospitals and sheriff's department and stuff like that, because we know that the more people have idle time, the devil uses idle time. And these folks go and get a little rowdy, find somebody to go in and knock them in the head. Straighten them out because they're going to have more free time. That's just the way life works. But in my company, and everybody that runs the business, and I know y'all got hard times, and you're trying to do the best you can, not trying to fault anybody, but you got to make a budget work. You simply got to have at least as much money coming in as going out. If it ain't, you just ain't making ends meet. And I know y'all got it hard, and the county's got it hard, but to load it off on the taxpayers, the people that are property owners, that already loaded up, that's just not right. And all the truth, I think a lot of people think this way too. The only true, fair way to do anything in this country is with sales tax. Because everybody contributes. There's no loopholes. The illegal immigrants and everybody that's freeloading on society out here has to contribute. And if you're rich and you got the money, you want to go buy a yacht, and you're going to pay tax on it. If you're going to buy a wheelbarrow, you're going to pay tax on it. And it's fair to everybody. There's no loopholes. But getting back to what I come up here to say is this. I cannot, for the life of me, understand why we've got a whole school 5 days a week. And I know you're going to come up and you're going to tell me where you got all these parents out here. What am I going to do with my kids that other day of the week? Well, you brought them into the world. It's your responsibility to take care of them. It's just that simple. Now, you took care of them during the summer. They were out during the summer. You're going to tell me you can't take care of them one more day a week? You can do it, and you can save the taxpayers in this county a lot of money. And that's good that you can stay home that extra day a week. She don't have to drive to work and burn her gas. Everybody can take another day off. I think overseas now in France and places like that, work 4 days a week anyway. I think everybody here in favor of working 4 days a week. I am. Especially if that 5th day that they're going to work is coming out of my hip pocket. You know what I'm saying? My hip pocket's drained dry now. So, tell me what y'all do with that.